Employer consensus location London ref 1,414,950 _CRT 1,544,941,173,322 starts December 16, 2018 closes December 23, 2018 Company type infrastructure job type full-time job function compliance Consensus is the world's largest venture production studio focused on building and scaling tools and enterprise software products powered by Ethereum. Our mission is to use these solutions to power the emerging economic, social, and political operating systems of the planet. Our teams are busy building the future of identity, financial markets, commerce, security and infrastructure, and more. If you are someone that thrives in a fast-paced environment, and you are self-directed, determined, and resilient, we would love to hear from you. Job description: we need a European compliance manager to work closely with our US-based legal team to support our London, Dublin, Berlin and Paris offices. We also have other offices across Europe, which you may be expected to support as well. Responsibilities: support Consensus core venture studio model through negotiation, drafting, and management of spokes, advise on issues pertaining to GDPR and country-specific data protection laws such as Swiss DPA ECB, FINMA guidelines PSD2 SOC2 NIS Directive MLD5 automated FATCA monitoring review and advise on a wide variety of consulting and software delivery agreements for our Consensus Solutions team, serving leading European governments and global corporate customers and partners. Be actively involved in the management of compliance, regulatory and reputational risk, including close coordination with the global Consensus team. Work to structure transactions that achieve organizational objectives, including, but not limited to, tax and/or accounting efficiency. Plan, organize and deliver training to teams where necessary to ensure adherence to appropriate guidelines and standards. Represent Consensus on related industry and regulatory committees and working groups. Identify required oversight policies and drafting or amending existing policies to cater for the new line of business. The role requires close cooperation with multiple teams, amongst others with finance, HR, as well as other groups within Consensus. Report and escalate risk events and all relevant matters to the legal team and oversight teams as required. Some travel may be required. About you: knowledge and experience auditing and advising on GDPR and country-specific data protection laws such as Swiss DPA as well as at least two or more of the following: ECB, FINMA guidelines PSD2 SOC2 automated FATCA monitoring ability to work efficiently and collaboratively in a distributed environment familiarity or willingness to learn about blockchain and Ethereum excellent investigative and analytical skills strong problem resolution and decision-making abilities sophisticated written and oral communication skills strong interpersonal and relationship skills you have an understanding and appreciation for the cultural sensitivities of dealing with multiple jurisdictions, regulations and languages energy and enthusiasm to add value when advising on legal and regulatory matters in a pragmatic and commercial manner placing the client and scheme members at the center of recommendations. Complete fluency in English with other European languages a bonus. Qualifications: relevant professional qualification 4 years of compliance and/or risk experience in financial services or a relevant field specifically, 1 year of in-house experience would be beneficial bonus points, not mandatory though. If you are either EU GDPRF Foundation or EU GDPRP practitioner, certified or equivalent, this would be an advantage. If you're a certified practitioner and at least 1 to 2 of the following would also be beneficial: Swiss DPA ECB, FINMA guidelines PSD2 SOC2 automated FATCA monitoring qualified or part qualified lawyer in a relevant area of financial services. Why this is the opportunity of a lifetime. We are in the early phases of adoption of an entirely new wave of technology that will fundamentally disrupt every industry. Ethereum is leading the way with over 1,000 dApps, decentralized applications, built on top of the platform and a community of developers that is tens of times larger than the next community. Consensus is a leader in the Ethereum space, working with startups, enterprises, governments, and non-profits on projects across all industries and topics. Here are some of the perks of being part of a unique organization like Consensus, the forefront of a revolution. At Consensus, we fundamentally believe that a next generation of technologies presents the opportunity to create a more just and equitable society. A dynamic startup environment. Consensus is a thought leader in the blockchain space, and we are absorbing a significant portion of the mind share. This is both exciting and challenging, as we learn to scale our organization while adhering to the principles of decentralization. Continuous learning. You'll be constantly exposed to new languages, frameworks and ideas from your peers, and as you work on different projects, challenging you to stay at the top of your game. Deep technical challenges. This entire ecosystem is about 10 years old. Ethereum itself is still a toddler. There is much work to be done before these platforms can scale to the order of millions or billions of users. Consensus is building the technology platforms that can get us to those next thresholds of scale. Click here for the latest updates from Consensus. Similar searches, full-time, infrastructure, compliance, London. Save. You need to sign in or create an account to save a job. 2.